Hi, everyone. It's Jennifer Bro, your luxury travel guru and travel bestie. And I'm so excited to join you again on another Thursday. We're going to get together every Thursday at 7 o'clock. Well, 7 o'clock ish. I'm still trying to learn my software, but we're here, right? We're here and we're together. And I'm really excited to be here again to share with you. Now, just a reminder, this month is all about autism because the month of autism has been designated as Awareness and Acceptance Month for Autism. So I got my little blue on again, and I'm so excited to be here. If you didn't know it, Florida is hot. Yes, it's hot already. It's in the mid 80s, and the rain was supposed to cool us down, but it's been a little sticky. So I just wanted to let you know that we're here and we're going to be here every Thursday, darling, with your travel bestie, and that's me. And so let's get to it. So this is a place, I am Jennifer Bro, where I'm going to share, we're going to talk travel tips, we're going to talk luxury locations, and the best wanderlust experiences of the world. It's all right here waiting for you. Now, to make sure you don't miss all the information and all the goodies possible, I want to share with you where you can get all the information at. Now, the first place is going to be my website. And that's where you're going to find my blogs. So that's the first place, is you're going to find the blogs there. And you're going to have about 9 months worth of blogs. So I write a monthly, not a monthly, a weekly blog. And there you're going to find locations. You're going to find day trips. You're going to find tips about luggage or fidgets that have been tested by my kids. I have 2 autistic kids. And so they've been tested by them, and we test new ones out every week. I bought a variety of them, and I found this new one that I like. I found this, almost a year ago. And anyway, so you're going to find tips there. You're going to find blogs for neurotypicals. You're going to find, I dedicate the last week of every month, outside of April, the last week of every month to Travel is Possible. So the last Thursday of every month is dedicated to the neurodivergent, and you'll see that they're labeled Travel is Possible. Events. So we do have some exciting events coming up. On the 20th of April from 2 to 4, I'm bringing back my annual Bridging the Gap. And so that's going to be on the 20th, and it's a virtual event. It's from 2 to 4. Eventbrite is already out, but in case you can't find it, you will find it on my socials. And so you'll see it there and register. And for registering, I'm giving you a free ebook. And it's my ultimate top 10 travel tips. So I created one a couple months ago, but this one is special. This one is for those that are for neurodivergent, for autism, ADHD. So this book is special for you. So in there, you're going to find some bonus tips of things that I recommend for us, our families. Also, let's talk books. So last year, I wrote a book called Travel is Possible. And in that book, it's dedicated to all of the families that have children, teens, adults even living with them with that are neurodivergent. And in that, you'll have all modes of transportation. So if you're vacations, if you're going to an all-inclusive, a land package, a cruise, I talk about some of the experiences that I have had with my families. And then I also give you some tips in there. And then at the end, there's a couple, I think one appendix that's very, very helpful. You'll find helpful. Now, where can you find that? You can find that on Amazon. You're going to have to put in the full title and my name. For some reason, just putting in the title isn't enough. So you see my name right there on the screen, and make sure you spell that with all the vowels, and you'll find it on Amazon. Very inexpensive, and it's very helpful. I've even had families. I had my aunt. She was a nurse. She was also a teacher in a school up in Ohio, where I'm from, and a nurse also. And she said that this book is also helpful for the neurotypical. So it really helps all families, regardless of where you're at. If you're on the spectrum, if you're not on the spectrum, it's going to be helpful for anybody. Now, let's talk socials. Let's get social. And I don't want you to miss a thing, darlings. So on our socials, you'll find I am Jennifer Bro, both on Facebook and on the Instagram. I don't know which platform you're watching. And soon I'll have this up on YouTube. So you might be watching on YouTube. This is where you're going to find all the events. You're going to find locations. This month, I'm talking about Paris on my JB Travel Pro. So that's my travel side of things. And we're talking all things Paris this month. So where you'll find me is JB Travel Pros if you want to find about exciting locations. At I am Jennifer Bro, both on Facebook and Instagram. So that's where you're going to find all the things about tips, about destinations. You're going to live the wanderlust life. And hopefully you'll be inspired to travel too. That's where I really want you. You all deserve to travel. Oh, I didn't even talk about my upcoming book. Oh, I do have an upcoming book. I'm backing up. So back up a little bit. I have an upcoming book called Everyone Deserves to Travel. And that will be out early spring or late spring, early summer, depending on how you look at that. Probably the end of May, beginning of June. Now, we're back to events. Sorry about that. Events. So I do have that one on April that I mentioned. I also have May 4th. So if you're in May 4th, I'm going to be in Macy's at the West Shore Mall. So if you are in the local area, Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, come up and see me. And I will be, you'll be traveling by passport. Isn't that exciting? Through Macy's. And I'll be talking about some of the things that I use at Macy's and recommending it. And I'll have my Travel as Possible book, so you can come out, purchase it. I'll sign it for you. But just come out and give me a squeeze, give me a hug. I want to see everybody, and I love to meet you in person. So that's May 4th. And then I'll announce another date in June when I'll be back out at Macy's. So I would love to see everybody and everybody's face. I'm also appearing later. It might be next week, I think. I'm appearing on Mario Lopez's On with Mario Lopez, his talk show, his radio show. So we had to bump it. He had a conflict. He's appearing in a movie, like movie stars do. And so I'm really excited to do that. So lots going on. And I really hope I get to connect with everybody. So let's get to tonight's topic. I feel like we should have a drum roll. Maybe I should have a horn or something. But you're going to find the blog later tonight or probably tomorrow sometime. And the blog topic this week is how to plan an autism-friendly cruise vacation. Cruises are so easy because they have all your food there. They have drinks like lemonade, iced tea, coffee. Those are all included. Milk and juice for breakfast. So those are included. So it's very easy to get on a cruise. Your entertainment's all there. You don't even have to get off the ship if you don't want to. There are different time lengths. There could be a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 7-day. You kind of get a picture of what I'm saying. So if you're not sure that you may or may not like a cruise, if it's not for your family, you can always try a 3-day cruise. And that's what my husband and I did. We weren't sure we were going to like this. So back in I think it was 94 or 95, I'm kind of dating myself now, but we weren't sure we were going to like a cruise. So we only did a 3-day cruise. I think it was 2-night, 3-day. We tried it because again, we weren't sure we were going to like it. Turns out we did, but it had everything there. We didn't have to get off the ship if we didn't want to, and just learn about what it was. And all your meals are included. It's really easy, and your entertainment. But that's what I recommend. If you're just starting out, if you're not sure you're going to like it, you don't have to put a lot of money in there. You're not sure if this is going to be right for your family. I would start with that. But now what should you look for your family that has children with autism? The first thing that I would look at is what about their camps? What do you think your children, teens, they have teens camps, they have children's camps. Camps are usually 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 13 to 15, or 12 to 14, 15 to 17, something like that. They don't have 18, but sometimes you'll see in the little newspaper on board get-togethers from like 18 to 20, but it won't be in a camp. They'll have meeting spaces around the ship. So look for camps. Do you think your teen will want to go to a camp or not? Now, socially, it's hard for my son, my eldest. He's high functioning. My youngest is not high functioning, but he's very social. He likes to go to camp because they have a Wii. So he likes to go for that and maybe do some art activities. So, but my eldest has been going on a cruise ship since he was 4, almost 5. No, I guess 4. He turned 4. So he kind of grew up going on cruise ships, so he knew what to expect. But so will your son or daughter go on a cruise in the camp or not? Maybe they'll try it for a little bit. Maybe they won't. Maybe for an hour or not. But they also have a place to play. So you can always do that area and at least have a place for kids, a play area. They also have splash pads. But what do you think about the camp counselors? Okay, so do they have certifications in child behavior? Not child behavior, but have they had some certifications in taking care of children? I will tell you this, they all do. But do they have certifications in autism? Several cruise lines do. So you want to look for those cruise lines that do have those certifications. The next thing you'll want to know is the ratio. It's not going to be like you're used to in perhaps a self-contained classroom or a special school for children on the spectrum or neurodivergent children. It's not going to be that small, but they will have more kids for the younger groups and maybe only one counselor for the teens or 2 for the teens, because the teens can sign themselves in and out. So we let our older one do that. At a certain age, like 10, they're allowed to sign themselves in and out if you give them permission, but you don't have to. And we don't do that with our youngest. He's going to be 14 next week. We don't let him do that. He will get lost. He doesn't know what to do. And then there's activities. What activities do they do in the camp? Now, we let them know that for our youngest, he's not going to want to participate in Duck, Duck, Goose. He doesn't want to be touched. If you can let him play on the Wii for as much as you can, he would like some art activities. And you talk to them. There is an intake form. We also, even though he's going to be 14, we try to get him in the lower group as much as they'll let us, like maybe one group down. So they allow us to do that. But you need to have that communication and set some expectations when you're talking with a camp counselor. So that's the counselors and camps. And that's the first thing I think you should look at. The next thing I think you should look at is the staterooms. Do they have accessible rooms? All the ships do. They do have that. Do you have a need for that? Because if you don't, then don't take up one of the accessible rooms when families do need that. And adults do need those that are perhaps in wheelchairs or have crutches or something like that, that they need that mobility room. But if you need that, they do have that on there. And you can request additional equipment for free. They have the seat rate riser on the toilets. They do have a chair for the shower. And the shower, instead of having to have a little lip, is about 2 or 3 inches that you would have to step into the shower. They have where you can roll the wheelchair right into the shower. And the bathroom's a little bit bigger so you can navigate into the bathroom. Because listen, it's a cruise ship. These rooms aren't big. The bathrooms are definitely not big. But with an ADA compliant room, it is accessible. So they do have those. Now, if you need other accommodations, for example, you need oxygen, you need a hospital bed. So if somebody needs to sit up or have a recline on their bed, you will coordinate that through another vendor. There are vendors that the cruise lines work with that they can share that. And there's a particular, how should I say, office with the cruise line that you talk to let them know what you need. Because you'll want to tell them that you are traveling with an autistic child or whatever neurodivergent whatever a special need your child has. So you'll want to communicate that in at least 60 days out. If you need special equipment, as soon as you make your reservation, you'll want to communicate that with the office. So whoever you're making your reservation through or with, whatever cruise line, or if you're using a travel agent, they can do that for you. So if you need a bed, if you need oxygen, if you need a beach wheelchair, all of that can be accommodated for you. And they have they have a platform so you can swim in the pool too. So they have all of that on a cruise ship, not to worry. Same with allergies, same with special food. If you have to bring that on, just notify them. They understand that. If you have allergies and they can accommodate that. I know people have been presented special menus so that if there's gluten allergies, you can't have onions, you can't have fish, they'll make sure that you have a separate pan so that those accommodations can be made. Now, activities on the ship. Let's talk about those. There are always family activities to be had. I mean, there's so much fun on the ship. So it's really up to you what your family enjoys. Now, my family loves music. So we are doing family karaoke. We're doing a silent disco. And for these lounges that you go into, they are ADA compliant as well. So you can wheel right in there. You don't have to worry about stairs. You don't have to worry about any of that. You can just, they're ADA compliant, so you can participate. Now, if you like water slides, if you like putt-putt, you're going to find most of the mainstream cruise lines have those. They have ropes courses. If you want to participate in driving a go-kart, some cruise lines have that. So those are kind of getting into the details of what your family wants to do. But those activities are all on there. So now you're getting into the things of what your family likes or doesn't like. Now, this goes back to how the cruise line and their staff is trained. So some just train the camp counselors, let's just say, on autism friendly. But the whole staff on the ship is trained. So that's good to know, because I know my son wanted to zip line on a ship, and it helped because, surf simulate, right? Like on the boogie board, he was laying down, and the instructor thought that he didn't speak English. Well, he's Asian, so they didn't think he spoke English. So I went up there, and that's what he said. I said, no, he has autism. He's like, oh, so all he did was offer a different way to say and provide the instruction. So instead of one way, he said it a different way, and my son understood him. And he was able to do this surf simulator. Same with when he wanted to do a zip line. He doesn't have any upper body strength. So the guy, I'm leaning right by the guy. I'm like, he has autism. He can't do it. So he had to basically lift my son up to get him unhooked. So they're trained throughout that particular cruise line. They are trained on the entire ship. The entire staff is trained. So those are things that you will want to look for. If those are things that you want to do. Yes, I do want a zip line, or yes, I do want to have a go-kart. That's a different cruise line. Well, do they have people aboard that all the staff are trained? Those are questions that you'll want to see and ask if those are things that you want to do. If you're going to do putt-putt, that's on your own, and all the major cruise lines have that. Or if you want to have karaoke, then you'll be there to do it with you as a family, right? But if those certain events that you want to do, then you'll want to make sure that the entire staff and entire ship is autism friendly or neurodivergent. They like to use autism friendly. They've latched onto that. Now, another thing, a travel tip that I want to give you to plan for this fantastic cruise that you're going to have is getting on and off the ship. There are so many people. We know that. We've seen it. And I know my youngest, he has severe ADHD. I have literally seen him climbing up the wall by bracing himself between the bed and the wall and shimmying up. So I know that it is real, and people have severe ADHD, and that it too is a spectrum. So my kids cannot wait in line. My husband can't wait in line, and he's not diagnosed with anything. And I know many of us don't want to wait in line. But for this particular autistic kids, they do not want to wait in line. They can't wait in line. It's not that they don't want to, it's that they can't. Fidget spinners do well for a while playing games. I like to play old-fashioned games like thumb wars and standing on one leg and who can do it the longest. But that only goes so far. So, and we're doing something that they don't understand and it has no interest in them, standing in line to give documents. So coordinate this also. So while you're coordinating all the other things that need to be coordinated, you will want to let them know at least 60 days in advance, because you'll have to fill out additional paperwork, and they can skip the line and get you on the ship separately. Same with disembarking, because they do really well at getting you on the ship separately. They do fantastic. But getting off the ship sometimes gets overlooked. So I start mentioning this the second day I'm on the ship. Don't do it the day that you get on there, because people are trying to get their internet up. They're trying to get their account set up. They're trying to get whatever you want to say set up. So don't do it on the first day. Start talking about it though on the second day. Lines are down, or if they're long, and go back during a quiet time. Usually around 8 o'clock or 8:30, because no one's there. People are sleeping in. The ship is feeling good and they were happy that they're on there, so they're sleeping in. So go in the morning, usually there's no line. And we're up early because our kids get up the same time 7 days a week. So go and start working on that to make sure they have it annotated. Usually you will get off the ship after the suites have gone, and then they'll get you next, so that there's not a long line. You skip to the front and things are great. Now, I would say this also, if you can, if it's in your budget, try to get a suite, because with a suite, it gets you some other perks. Many have a separate lounge. They have a separate restaurant. Some cruise lines have a separate pool. And why I mentioned this, besides you deserve it, because you all are warriors, is that you have less noise, less crowds, less distractions in the restaurant. And also that butler and that team is also looking out for your kids. They'll know their faces and their names probably that day or the next day, and they're looking out for them along with you. So that's another set of eyes and care on your family. So less people in the pool, less people in the lounge, less people, less distractions. There's a separate grill, usually a separate place to get drinks. It's just lovely, and it's a lot more quiet. And like I said, less noise, less distractions, service right away, and it will really come in handy. So those are my 4 travel tips to getting your family cruise, your autism family, on a cruise vacation. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I'm so happy you were here, or if you're watching on the replay, I appreciate you too. Now make sure you like and follow us so you never miss anything on our channels. That's our time for today. I'm Jennifer Bro, your luxury travel guru and travel bestie, signing off and wishing you the best days of travel you've ever had.